Well met, viewers. Today, I invite you on a journey through the intricate mysteries of Baldur's Gate 3, where hidden within its depths lies an impossible task, devised by Swen Vincke and Larian Studios. Discovering hints about their next RPG. To grasp the magnitude of this challenge, let me first provide some context. I consider myself to have achieved mastery in both Baldur's Gate 3 and Divinity Original Sin 2. My exploration has been exhaustive, from collecting every piece of junk, scrutinizing all items, and examining every dialogue and quest option, to dabbling in data mining. In the process, I've reported hundreds of bugs, leaving no stone unturned. Let's step back to Divinity Original Sin 2, released in 2017. There's an NPC named Tarquin, a brilliant inventor with a penchant for necromancy. During the final act, Tarquin mentions Gustavchen and alludes to a mysterious race that feeds on mines.
Well, if it isn't the new divine gracing me with her presence. How honored I am. That is the question, isn't it? How does one top the greatest feat of necromancy ever conceived? I might have the answer to that. Tell me, have you ever heard of Gustavchen? No, of course you wouldn't. It's a written language, unreadable to most, but myself naturally. It comes from a mysterious race from another world, beings that feed on mines. I intend to seek them out. This Gustavchen seems to guard portals to their realm, and once I've uncovered one, well, why settle for being the greatest mind in just one world when there's another for the taking?
At the time, no one could decipher these references, but with hindsight, we now know that Gustavchen was the codename for Baldur's Gate 3. Gustav being the name of Swen Vincke's dog, and the mine-feeding race a nod to the mine flayers. Other clues include mentions of the three Baldur brothers.
The well is now filled to the brim with fresh, cool water, but what it has brought to the surface quickly evaporates any wish you may have had to quench your own thirst. You see the tangled remains of 3 corpses, a mixed mass of bones and skin from which 3 skulls protrude. They address you in unison, their voices a drone-like blend.
We thank you for the water. We bless you for the water. We thank you for the end of torment. We are the brothers of Baldur, truth speakers, wish granters, dream readers. 3 brothers, 3 sages, thrice cursed.
And a notable emphasis on the phrase grand design in Raymond's journal. Thane, another character, even cracks jokes about octopus creatures plotting something nefarious.
The skeleton hefts Hubert's dog-eared encyclopedia, its weight heavy in his hands.
I've been rereading this book, looking over your history once again, poring over every detail with a new perspective, and do you know what? It's shit.
Thane tosses the book over his shoulder. It flutters in the air as it sails over the ship's railing and disappears with a faint splash.
If you have spent your life staring at a thing, you can write about it with knowledge. You can write about it with love. But it is almost impossible to write about it with wonder. You creatures have spent your lives trudging about this world, and you've grown blind to its miracles. Simply that to see the true beauty of a thing, sometimes you have to look at it as an outsider, as someone with fresh eyes, if you will. Take otters, for example. Energetic, waterproof cats, utterly beautiful creatures. Or octopuses. Did you know they're secretly Octopuses? Octopi? Octopods? I shall have to look that up.
Now the enigma persists in Baldur's Gate 3. The default name of a player is Tav, a name also referenced by Vincke.
It was unwise of you to sign yourself over to Raphael. Everyone knows that a devil binds you by your name. Unless you used a false name, You did, didn't you? Do not tell me Vincke will guess. Something foolish like... Shadowheart? No. Charesse? No, that was the name of the tavern. Tavern? Tav! No, you are right, Boo. That is a stupid, stupid name.
And a dog called Gustav appears in the game.
In my mistress's absence, I will look after this place, and any dogs who come here. I promise.
But more significantly, there are multiple references to Tarquin. One such instance is found in the House of Grief, where we encounter Marco Creenn, described as having a foreign accent, black hair, and a pale complexion. Here's where things get interesting. Marco Creenn is an anagram for necromancer. During an investigation into Marco's mapping, it became apparent that this necromancer was focused on a sword, or perhaps a Zord. In Divinity Original Sin 2, one of the most powerful weapons is a two-handed sword called Anathema. Could this be the sword in question? And if not, why use the term Zord? The word Zord is famously tied to the Japanese Super Sentai series, known in the West as Power Rangers. Why would Larian Studios, of all things, invoke such an unusual reference? If they use the vague description of a race that feeds on minds to refer to mind flayers, could Zord hint at a race or character with biomechanical elements? This theory gains more traction when we examine another text found in the House of Healing, the Book of Therapeutics by Margaret Ogi. In it, Margaret describes dreams featuring strange lumbering shapes flying over cities with metal windmills attached to their sides and a mechanized figure waving directly at the viewer. Could this be a further hint toward the theme of biomechanical designs in Larian's future RPG? There's more. In the Sorcerer's Vault, we find a letter from the Cleric of Mystra, Lenore de Hurst, to Leroican. She recounts a tale about someone whose name contained both a T and a Q, sounding like Tarquin, who created an anomaly that briefly trapped her in an unknown world. I acknowledge that some game secrets simply cannot be uncovered without insider knowledge. Take Mass Effect 3, for instance. One of my favourite games. A secret remained hidden for a full decade, only to be revealed by the game's cinematic designer, Richard Biersford. Yet, we know that Larian's next RPG will be an original IP. Sven Vincke has already teased that the codename for this project is Excalibur, named after his new puppy, and of course, the legendary sword of King Arthur. And that, my esteemed viewers, is everything we know so far about this enigmatic mystery.